Hey everybody, I am coming live in my group Intuitive Angel Messages today, and we are going to be answering a list of questions about me. And these questions were tagged by Ashley Cunningham, medium Ashley Cunningham. The next person that I've tagged is Sharia McCormick, and I will be sure to put each of their YouTube channel links in the comments below and in the description below this video afterwards. So there's a lot of questions here. I don't know if you guys have read these yet, but they're under the event that I created. And the event I created in the group was called the Mediumship Q&A Challenge. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm going to answer each of these questions, and definitely going to be relaying some stuff about me that you guys probably don't know yet, and some story time, a little bit of story time. I always like to relay stories of my life a little bit, just so that it helps others. I don't like to dive in and swim in them, especially the low vibrational past experiences that I've had. I do look at them like they're a story. They shape who you are now, but it doesn't mean I need to milk them now or focus in on them a lot, because it dips and lowers my vibrational frequency. So there's really no point in me going off the deep end talking about the woes of my life for too long, other than to help others, right? Okay, so the first question is, were you born with these abilities to channel spirit? Okay, no. So a lot of other mediums, they are born this way, or they develop them at an early age, or some mediums have talked about, you know, having like a car accident or some type of trauma in their life, or they temporarily crossed over the veil for a short time, and then that just sparked these abilities to come into the forefront. I was not like that. I was the opposite of that. So basically put, when I tell you that I was not born with these abilities, I really wasn't born with them. So not only was I not born with these abilities, I had no interest whatsoever in having these abilities at all. So basically put, I just wasn't interested. Hi guys. So basically I moved along. My mom moved into spirituality when I was around 21 years of age. And she was kind of like in her 40s, having like a midlife crisis, as a lot of us do. And she started to move into, spiritual groups and classes and stuff like this. And she'd be talking about this with me, and I'd be like just kind of listening off to the side. I was 21. I didn't really care that much. But I was curious, okay? And so when you're curious, you want to learn more. And it's interesting because the angels always say this. If you have insatiable curiosity, you are moving on the path of awakening. That is the path of awakening. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the angels continuously say that during readings. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then, if you're ready for the path of ascension, then you will start to anchor a lot of light through your vessel, and off you go. I think everyone is ascending. It's just how much are you able to take into your vessel? So you can take it to a whole other level if you're ready. But all of us are going to be anchoring this light that has been coming and embodying, infusing, permeating the planet for a number of years. Okay, so here I am, 21 years of age, no abilities. I did have a lot of clairsentience, so I had like gut feeling, internal guidance system. But you don't really listen to that when you're 21 years old. I was more interested in going out and drinking and having fun. That was like my full-time job. I worked at a bakery. I made wedding cakes. And I got upgraded to wedding cakes after I made bread and buns and cut bread. So then I went on to wedding cakes. They needed somebody in the wedding cake department, and so off I went. And I knew how to make beautiful roses with the piper, you know, on the little tray. And then you take scissors and you snip off every, you know, icing rose, and you put it on the cake. So there I was. I was making wedding cakes in a bakery, age 21, and my mother says to me, would you like to come to this spiritual gathering and meet this psychic medium Gwen that I've been talking about? And I'm like, da, 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 da. Like as if I'm going to say no to that. I'm like, okay, sure, all right, Mom, I'll bite. I'm going to come and check out what this is all about, because I've been listening to her talk about it for about 6 months. So I was like, okay, I'll come and see. So I go to this spiritual gathering, and pretty much all of the women there are in their mid 50s, I would say, 40s to 50s, and then there's me, 21. And so I walk in the room, and there's this little woman. She's like a tiny little woman. She must have been like 4'9". I don't think she was even 5 foot tall. And she had fiery, like red hair, and that was her natural color. And I think she was about 60, 65 at this time. And she has passed away since. I think she made it to about 80, 85. And her eyes, I just remember her eyes. They were like this clear blue. And they were just translucent. It was like whoa. Even at 21, I was like, whoa. So my mom, smiling, walks me over to introduce me to Gwen. And she locks in on me, and she goes to shake my hand, you know, and I'm like, yeah, shaking her hand. And all of a sudden, she's holding my hand. She won't let go of my hand. And she's sussing me out. She's using whatever ability she has to suss me out. And what do I feel up my arm? She's got me locked. I can't let go. She won't let go of my hand. And it's rude to pull your hand away from a woman that's, you know, running this group, and disrespectful. So I just stand there shaking her hand. But I feel this energy run up my arm, and it comes all the way up to my shoulder, into my armpit, and it is electric. I'm telling you, it felt like this energy was coming from her, and she was like electrocuting me, but gently. And I just stood there as this was happening, and I was just like, oh my God. So back up. My parents were together. They had my oldest sister, and then they parted ways for 2 years. So they broke up, and my dad went on his way, my mom went on her way, and then somehow they found themselves back together again, and they kept the marriage going. And they had married really young with an accidental pregnancy, and so when they got back together, they planned, and they had me. So I always tease my younger sister and my older sister. I'm like, I'm the only one that was planned, you know? So my younger sister came along. She was an accident too, but they didn't care. I was just teasing them. So they get back together, and they stay together for a total of 13 years. And, so obviously Gwen knew this about my mom. My mom has stated this to her. And I'm getting lightly electrocuted up my arm as she's sussing out my energy. And she has this look of awe on her face. Like she's like, and I'm like, I hope everything's okay here. Like, I don't know why she's looking at me like this. She looks over at my mom as she's shaking my hand. Well, at this point, she's totally gripped me. She won't let go. And she looks over at my mom and she says, you got back together with your husband to have this child. And me and my mom were like deer in the headlight. Like we didn't even know what to say. And I remember my mom was like, oh, that's great. You know, at some point my mom's just smiling and holy moly. And I don't even know what to say because I'm 21 years old. And I always knew that I was just more outgoing and more, I guess you could say, light-filled and positive for the most part. Overall, nobody's perfect here on earth. We're not here for perfection, that's for sure. Like then my other family members, like I always thought, geez, like I stood out all the time as being different. I'm sure we all have that feeling. If you're in the light worker community and you're in spiritual groups, you probably always feel like you're kind of like the black sheep of the family, or you're different than your family members. And that was the case in my family too. I was just always, you know, running around and more vibrant. And just, I mean, I remember getting in trouble at work at that bakery because I talked too much, number one. And some people would complain to me. So that happened up until I was about 20, 21, and then I simmered down a bit, as we do, as we age, right? We simmer down. So I just remember like, oh my God, I couldn't believe this woman said this about me. And I said, Mom, she totally electrocuted my arm. She's like, wow, wow. And I remember that really stuck with me through the years. And I had 2 more readings with that woman over the years. One in person, because she was in a city nearby me and I really needed a reading. And the second one was over the phone, and she had brought through my grandfather, and I loved it. It was great. And then she had passed away. So when I tell you I wasn't born with these abilities, like I really wasn't born with these abilities. But when I decided I wanted to develop these abilities, I was really passionate about it, and I was persistent about it, and I put in the practice time. And that's what has got me pretty much to where I am now. That and spirit opening my upper channels. And I've got a video that's going to come out on my YouTube channel, Kristin Davies, in the next month. And Archangel Michael worked with me on 5 ways that you can develop your communication with spirit. And so that's one of them, you know. So spirit works with you in different ways to open your channels over time. And then as you open further and further, my guardian angel would school me on how to communicate with her and my team over time. And this is what I'm bringing forward into my mediumship courses. You know, I have one starting August 15th, and I have another one starting October 15th, and the next one is starting November 15th. So everything that I teach in these courses is literally from scratch, from a place of, I literally walked in your shoes because I had no experience at all. So everything that's been taught to me from my angels is now being shown and taught to you in my courses. And I do it exactly as, you know, really instructed. And then I add my twist and my spin on certain things, my flavor. But, you know, the angels direct me and guide me as to what material to teach in these courses. And so, no, absolutely did not have these abilities. I started out with clairsentience, feeling, gut feeling, intuition. I had some claircognizance, knowing information, insights entering your mind, and you're not sure where it came from. I was really good at that. And then I started over the years developing my clairaudience, and that was different than what I thought it would be. You know, it's not like a booming voice talking to you, okay? They don't want to freak us out. And it's more along the lines of developing you getting out of your own way, creating stillness within your mind long enough for them to form thought forms in your mind and their way of communicating with you. So that sounds like your internal voice at first. And then as you adjust to their vibrational frequency over time, then it starts to sound like their pitch and tone of voice over time, okay? So then the last to come online, which came online, 2.5 years ago, really came online. Jesus came in one day and he really opened my crown chakra and really cracked me open. It was it was palpable, like to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to go lay down because this is getting a little uncomfortable. And he said, I'm opening your channels. And I said, okay, great. And then the next day I gave a reading and I was like, whoa, I was seeing colors and hand gestures, and all sorts of symbols, like with their hands, like they would communicate, and then they would say words along with what they would show me. And they'd show me like different scenes and different things that were happening, either in the person's life or things that had happened in my life, and I was supposed to talk about them, and then the other person was like, that's what's happening in my life. And I'm like, well, obviously your angel knows that. So clairvoyance was the last thing to come online. Hi guys! Woo! Ashley's here! Woo woo woo! I don't know if you guys haven't signed up for that Angelic Reiki healing course or event coming up. That's going to be July 25th for one time. I don't even know when Ashley's going to be doing this again. It's for $25 you can come into a group healing Angelic Reiki. Personally, I've had many different kinds of healings done over the years. I've tried this, tried that. Different, healers have come to the forefront, and Angelic Reiki healing is the best. So if you haven't tried it yet, $25, jump in there. You can do that at channelingwithlove.com. And she also has her Starseed Origins course coming August 1st to the 7th for a week. And that's also at channelingwithlove.com. So if you want to know where you're from, what are you doing on Earth? Why do you always look up at the stars and wish you weren't here? That's when you know that you're a Starseed. And who are your Starseed family members? What are they doing here? What are they helping you with? These are all questions that I have had too. Okay, second question. What is the most surreal thing that has happened to you as a medium? There's only one that takes the cake above them all, although I would have to list off probably 100 to 200 things at this point. So many I call them jaw-dropping moments. Okay, yeah, there you go, channelingwithlove.com. And if you guys ever want to come visit my website, it's KristinDaviesMedium.com, and you can see the upcoming courses, etc. Okay, so the number one thing that takes the cake, like I can't even put into words, because there are no words that would describe the experience I had. It was the moment when things kind of cracked. I cracked. I was crying my eyes out and in total despair. And I remember that stage in my life, like I had broken up with a soulmate. My dog died. Oh, thanks, Ashley. And I had been sick with ulcerative colitis for a year, to the point where, I even lost my menses. So like it was bad. So I cried my eyes out for 45 minutes, and it was like a loss of hope cry. It was probably the lowest I've ever been in my life. And that is when my angel opened up in front of me. Wow. Like, wow. Agnes, why did you choose that time to open up in front of me? She says, because I needed her. She says, desperate times. It was desperate times and desperate measures needed to be taken. They don't usually assert themselves that strongly, and certainly not all the time, only when necessary or needed, and that was a moment where it was needed. She took measures into her own hands to share her energy with me, to show me that I was not alone. It was unbelievable. So picture, like, I can't see spirit at this point, but my clairsentience was really good. And I felt this energy open up about 10 feet in front of me. And it was so intense. Like, there are no words that can describe this. And it slowly started moving towards me. I'm talking about this slowly. Okay? So I had lots of time to process what was happening. And so she slowly moves towards me, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, this energy is coming really close to me. I'm kind of panicking at this point because I'm like not used to whatever was happening right then and there. And then she passes right through my body and out my back, and I feel every inch of it. And I go from absolute despair to blissed out of my mind beyond words. There are no descriptions. So, two things. One, I felt how much she loves me. And there are no words to describe that. There's no love here on earth that could even touch that with a flame. And two is she turned my emotional state from complete despair into complete love and just blissed out of my mind. And it took me about 45 minutes just to go upstairs to tell my mom what happened because I was in total shock. And she looked at me and my mom said, that must have been your guardian angel, because I didn't even know what this was. And I said, yeah. And from that moment on, I could always feel her where she was in the room. And which was super comforting because it's really what I needed badly. Anything else you want to say on that? She's laughing, and she said she didn't even give me the full effect of her frequency. Because my vessel wouldn't be able to take it. That's the truth. She's smiling and looking at me, and she says, you're welcome, Kristin. I am so thankful to this day she did that, because it sparked in me, oh my God, I'm not alone here. Oh my God. And then I remember seeing a deck of angel cards at Costco, and I was like, I'm getting those. I'm getting those deck of angel cards because it's my way of connecting and communicating with the other side. And then I worked on how to use angel cards, which took me a year or two to figure out the way that is best, which PS I have on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know how to use angel cards, oh yeah. I also teach that in my mediumship courses. So that was the most surreal thing that's ever happened to me. And I've had a lot of different things happen over the years, but that one, nothing. I don't think anything in this lifetime will. Nothing will touch that. I can't imagine. I can't imagine how anything would. What is the funniest thing you've heard or experienced from spirit? Many things. Do you know, like, especially when somebody comes to me for a reading and they're feeling really low, depending on the situation. Now, sometimes you might need more of the tough love talk, and other times they're coming forth and they're cracking jokes to lift your spirits. And then other times they know you love to laugh a lot. They know you love to laugh. So they come at you cracking witty comments and kind of jokes like you wouldn't believe. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Some angels are more stoic. Like my guardian angel, she doesn't crack jokes too often. But then if I connect with, say, a friend's angel, oh, it's like nonstop laughter. It's just, it's hilarious. So some are a little bit more serious than others. And depending, yeah, thank you. She put that in my head. Depending on what you need is what they will be in that moment for you. So, they love, like sometimes they'll put, so they'll put how they look in my head. They'll decide how they want me to see them. So, sometimes they'll put, like from the Game of Thrones, the actor who played the middleman. He's quite shorter. And what was his name now? Starts with a D. His last name. Anyways, the guardian angel showed himself like that and like cracking jokes and jumping around and like, oh my God, we were laughing so bad. Oh, P.S. Yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I had a reading with the lady that I keep telling you guys about, because I always say to you guys, you know, the angels will give themselves a name based on how you thank you. Peter Dinklage. That's who this angel decided to look like. And we were like, ah. But you know that story I always tell you guys about? Yeah, he's hilarious. You guys know that story I always tell you about with the lady that I've had a reading, and her guardian angel came through and said she's Jemima, as in Aunt Jemima, showing me the syrup bottle. And the woman was like, and she said, I saw this figure at the end of my bed and it looked like Aunt Jemima 1 week ago. And I said, okay, well, that's a nice confirmation that that is your guardian angel. Okay. And I have a reading with her 2 days ago. I haven't seen her in 2 years. And she says, do you recognize who I am? And I'm like, Aunt Jemima. And she goes, that's right. And we were like laughing and having fun. And oh my God, I was laughing so hard. And we had a great time for an hour. You know who you are. You're in this group. You'll probably see this video. And so it's hilarious what they'll show or what they want you to see. They want us to be happy. They want us to love ourselves. And they want us to be the creators that we are, rather than reacting to what is and getting constantly upset and creating more low vibrational thoughts for yourself, more low vibrational ways of seeing the world, more focusing on the low vibrational aspects of your reality and what's going on in the world. They want you to go within, focus on the light, focus on the love, and be the creator. What do you want to create here? Create first in here. So self-love and then manifesting out. Okay? Oh gosh. I mean, I could probably sit here for like 2 hours and tell you all the funny things that I've experienced from spirit. Oh my goodness. One time I had a reading and the woman asked me, she wasn't receiving the guidance from the angels too well. She was really bucking the current. So she goes, well, I found you from channeling Eric. I want to hear from Eric. And I said, okay. So we bring in Eric. And Eric is just fully, I don't want to swear on camera. He's running out the gate with this woman. Okay. So he is going full throttle, and he is telling her how it is. And every question she asks, Eric's got an answer right on the spot, and he's not holding back at all. And so the end of the reading comes, and she's just kind of surprised and doesn't really know how to take it. So I thank her for her time. And she goes on her way. And I remember Eric saying, you know, sometimes, Kristin, after the reading, he says, sometimes, Kristin, it's going to take some souls several lifetimes to get it. But we did our best. But the beautiful thing is, once she got the recording and she watched it back a couple times, it clicked. What her angels were trying to say to her and what Eric was trying to say to her. And she emailed me and thanked me. And then I was like, oh, good. But like Eric says, you know, not everybody's going to get the message the way that spirit would like them to get it. Some people are bucking the current and they have it set in their head as to how things should be. And the angels are trying to make life easier, go with the flow instead of against the current. So, oh yeah, totally. That's why you guys see me cracking jokes all the time in the mediumship courses, because, well, A, I'm naturally like that, but B, the angels' energy just flowing. It's so high vibrational and fun and like relaxed, and sometimes it's serious and other times I'm like cracking jokes and laughing and having fun. So number 4 is, how has your family and friends and significant others responded to your mediumship? Well, this is how they've responded. Okay. A, I don't go out of my way to brag it up to them about my mediumship abilities or what I'm doing for a living. So usually my friends will be like, oh, are you still doing your cleaning company? And I'm like, no, I quit that 2 years ago. And then maybe they might forget, and they're like, so how's your cleaning company going? And I'm like, I haven't done it for a long time. They're like, really? Well, what are you doing? And then I'll go into detail about what I'm doing. So I wait for them to ask me. I don't really dive in and divulge. My mother has always been on this path. She knew that I was always interested in the cards, so it's not really a big shocker there. But as far as friends, I did have some friends that one doesn't believe that anything exists when you cross over. Another friend, she is into Mother Mary, but is a little bit more religious based. So when they ask me questions, at a gathering, and I give them the answers, they just stand there like, they're kind of like a deer in the headlight. They don't know how to respond because they're surprised that I'm doing so well and that people are leaving amazing reviews. So they go to my Facebook page, Kristin Davies, and they see like 80 reviews, and they're reading them. And one doesn't believe in any afterlife, and the other one at least believes in, Mother Mary, and she really has Mother Mary strongly in her home. So, and then other times, it's usually just like they don't know what to say. But everybody who knows me knows that I'm going to walk my path irregardless of what others think. So you can like it, not like it. You can feel whichever way you wish about it because it's coming through your filter. And ultimately, I'm going to do me and others are going to do them. And that's fine with me. So, I, on an often regular basis, get a lot of emails and comments about how much I've helped people, and like in big, big ways. Like one of the biggest ways was a gentleman came to me for a reading. He was an alcoholic, did a lot of smoking cigarettes. I don't know about weed, but for 15 years, he felt like committing suicide. And basically, we looked at his energy, we looked at what was around him, and there were 2 reptilians hanging out with him. So the reptilians started trying to talk their way, like sweet talk, like trying to, we're here helping too, ha, ha, ha. And his guardian angel says, don't listen to them. And I say, would you like these energies removed? And he's like, yes. So the moment that he said, I want these energies removed, okay, so important, make note, people. A, have Archangel Michael move into your home, and B, ask to have all low vibrational energies removed from your life, whether it's in physical form or otherwise, because if you want to lift in vibrational frequency, then you'll just bring in high vibrational experiences, people, or at least they'll neutralize the low vibrational frequency to make it easier for you to be around low vibrational people too. There's another option. But the second that he said, yes, I'd like to have these reptilians removed, Archangel Michael charged them across the room and removed them within, I'd say, under a second. It was full throttle. I was like, his head was pointed down at them and he charged them and removed them. And this gentleman said afterwards that it's the first time in 15 years that he no longer feels like committing suicide. So there are things going on that we're not seeing with our physical eyes. And if I can step forward and help in any possible way to make someone's life a lot better, then you betcha I'm gonna run, I'm gonna charge forward just like Archangel Michael does. And we work in tandem. I don't do this alone. I do it with a team. I do it with a big team. I do it with my angels, their angels, archangels, ascended masters. And if I need help, I bring in the big guns. I bring in more help. And you bet they got my back. So really, there's nothing that scares me. There's nothing that I'm scared about or fearful of. Why would I be that way? Jesus isn't scared. Mother Mary isn't scared. Archangel Michael isn't scared. So why would I be? So the other thing that happened with him is he no longer felt like committing suicide, and he cut his alcohol back in half, and same with his cigarettes. So I don't know where he is at this point in his journey, but if I could make, assist in a group effort to make his life better in even the smallest of ways, let alone this huge way, that warms my heart. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm here. That's why I step forward the way I do. Okay. When did you start telling people you were a medium? I don't really, in my day-to-day life, I don't really walk out and say, hey, everybody, I'm a medium. If they ask me, then I'm going to talk about it. The other thing that happens is, like, I'm at the hairdressers, or I'm at my dentist and I'm getting my teeth cleaned, and I can hear spirit pushing me to talk for them. So when I'm getting my teeth cleaned, I declined that one. Also, it was a little bit of a touchy situation in that it was his wife that had just passed away from ovarian cancer, and my mouth was getting worked on, and I didn't feel that he was ready. He was in the midst of a really strong grieving process. But she was just chatting away, telling him to go on a sunny vacation and just to go enjoy himself and decompress in the sun and relax and just do his, she just wanted him to be happy. And she wanted him to know that she was okay. But here, my mouth is filled with tools as they're working on me, But at my hair salon, the angel was on me. So finally I caved with my hairdresser, and he was like deer in the headlight. Surprised, because it's never really entered his mind. So with him, I went into detail, and I really I channeled for him, whether he liked it or not. And then what happened was the person who looks after the phone and the appointments, I guess the secretary of the salon, she is interested in this. And she's borrowing her friend's deck of angel cards, and she knew I was coming into the salon that day, and she was wondering, and she was curious. But she's too shy to come up to me. So with my hair all wonky, we're getting it done, I walked up to her and I said, I hear you want to talk to the angels. And she was all like, yeah, that'd be great. Her face is all red. So her male angel came in real hot and heavy behind me and expanded. I said, do you feel that? And she goes, yeah. I go, okay, so that's your guardian angel. I said, have you felt that before? Yep, when I come out of meditation. And I'm like, great. So I channeled his message for her, and then she's going to work with the angel cards, and she was thrilled about it. So if it comes to me, I'm all over it, but I don't go out like Teresa Caputo yet. Do you think I'll ever go out like Teresa Caputo and give messages? My guardian angel saying, it's not necessary, but if you'd like to, you can. What do you recommend? She says, wait for opportune moments when we bring people to you. So really trust in spirit to bring the people to you, right? I don't have to go chasing people, or, they will come to me, and when they're ready. But there may be moments, she says, where it's out of the ordinary, and I'll be pushed or asked, like, to relay information to them if it's necessary or needed, just like in the hair salon that day. Cool. All right. How has mediumship changed your life? It has overhauled every aspect, every corner, every bit of my entire life. It's like I'm living life through this high vibrational, magical, wonderful energy. And I don't dip down, and I don't focus in on the heavier aspects of life like I used to. I don't have as much worry or fear or lack thinking at all like I used to. I love it because if I need assistance with whatever is going on in my life, I can just turn to my guardian angel for feedback. And she'll never tell me what to do. I mean, she's maybe told me what to do, and these are only in pertinent situations where she obviously can see what's going on, like 6 times. And then if I don't listen, she will let me know, hey, you're not listening. And then I'm like really made to listen, like pay attention. If you don't listen to the signs and you've asked them for help, you can't just go ask them for help and then turn your back and go, I'm not listening to you. It doesn't work like that. So be prepared. If you ask them for help, you get ready, because they're gonna really strongly steer you. All the time, daily. I talk to my team on a daily basis. I don't talk to my spirit guide too often, but he's not really stepping forward that much. So I talk with my female guardian angel all the time. My male guardian angel, he's here, but I don't talk with him as often. He's helping me with my life's purpose, and I think it's because I'm kind of doing it. I'm walking the path. I'm fulfilling the life purpose. So he says exceeding the life purpose. Thank you. So he doesn't really, he just doesn't step forward all that much. So Agnes is taking the reins all the time, every day, all the time. They give signs all the time. Rainbows is the #1 sign that they started with me. So anytime I see rainbows, I know everything's going to be okay. And I see 444 everywhere. The angels are with you at 444. Okay. They'll give you number signs. They'll give you feathers, coins. You'll get pressure, warmth on your body. That's their energy right up next to you. They can take your hearing out in one ear. They can send energy into your ear canal. They can make your eardrum throb. Sweet, Sherry. Sweet. You know what matters most, Mara, is that you talk to them. Like, here we are in a free will zone. We could get so much help, but we don't even ask for it. Why? Because we don't know about it, and you don't know what you don't know. So I didn't know. So you bet if I'm having issues in my life, I'm on it. I'm asking them. And I don't ask a couple times. I just ask them once, or I'll write it down and I check in on how is it going. This is why I charge for the way that I do, because this has changed my life and it's changed so many others' life. You just go ahead and talk with Sheena, Amanda, even Gel is new to this. He's like, and I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong. And you talk to any of the people that have taken my mediumship courses, and you ask them how it's changed their lives. That's when I bring them on camera with me. So Gel's going to come on camera with me from, I think it is July 26th. And he's going to chat with me, and we're going to talk about Jesus, because Jesus is really strong around him. And it is an overhaul of your life. You lift up in vibrational frequency, and your life becomes magical and wonderful in every capacity. And when things come into your life that are, naturally would dip or, sink your frequency, you don't go down for too long. And you let the angels help you with what you need help with. But you have to ask. Yep. He's from the Netherlands as well, Luis. And he's going to be in the next course too. It'd be awesome if the two of you went live together. I'd love that. It's going to be awesome. Right, son? I'm talking about how has mediumship changed my life? How has it changed your lives? I love to see you guys comment in the box. Tell me how it has changed your life. Okay? So really, when you go through life and you learn these techniques, tools, and then practice this ability that we all have You know, we are all mediums, by the way. It's not just me or select few. We are constantly, unconsciously channeling all the time. All the time we're unconsciously channeling. And so now I'm showing you how to consciously tap in and tune in with this frequency, this energy that's always with you, to help make your life a lot easier, a lot better, a lot light-filled, a lot more love-filled. It's what it's all about. Yeah, there you go. Who is touching your hair? Sometimes for me it's the fairies, sometimes it's the angels. So ask, is it the fairies? And feel in your body. Does your chest feel relaxed or tight? Is it the angels? There's your answer. Why don't you type the answer in the comments? All right. Should Sun do the 102, or should she wait to do the 101, or the mediumship for beginners? They're just showing like a toss-up in the air. What do I decide? That's hilarious. Either one, whichever one you feel pulled towards or drawn towards the most. Which one are you drawn towards the most? Yeah, Alex, what I got was your angels are touching your hair. It's not the fairies, it's the angels. Okay, are you being talked to, or do you see beings all the time? I'm being talked to all the time. Yeah, pretty much every day. But here I am talking to you guys all the time too. So yeah, every day, every single day. And if there's something important that they need me to relay a message to someone online, or they want me to take action in a certain direction, then they really ramp it up. They step it up big time. Hot and heavy. And do I see beings all the time? I'll see light flashes, orbs, shimmer trails, energy shifts and changes, temperature shifts and changes. Inside my head is a whole different story. Okay, that's where the clairvoyance really kicks off. Yeah. Oh, I would love it. So it'll be October, Christine, October 15th. I moved it to the 15th. I'd love to have you again. And let's go live a lot, okay? Let's practice a lot. I have a few tips and tricks up my sleeve when I practice with the students. I'm always tuning in with their angels at the same time for feedback and guidance as to where the person is, what they're ready for and what to do next. And then I shove them forward a little bit more. Hey, Sun, here's an idea. The 102, I'm going to push you a little bit harder in a gentle, loving way. I'm going to get us up and going a little bit more of a shove, whereas the mediumship for beginners course is a little bit more of a slow burn and moves a little bit slower, you know, practicing with the angel cards, sensing energy. So the 102 is a little bit more of a push. Not a hard push, okay? We're just talking about it's the next step and it's time to move forward a little bit more. All right. Okay. So yeah, they're always talking around me, in my ears, in my through my chakras, pointing certain things out. If I have like a worrisome thought, my angels right in on it and talking with me in those moments. And I don't typically see Starseed family members or ETs around people unless they come to me for a reading. Then that's when I'll pick up more on that. But I would have to say Ashley Cunningham is exceptional at that. And she's very much drawn towards that. And I can see that's why she's doing the Starseed Origins course. I can't see anyone, like she's just the best at it. She knows much more than me. I just take what I'm given. And so I follow Spirit's lead, I follow the angel's lead, and then I relay what I'm seeing in quite detail. Sometimes they don't want to freak me out, so they don't come in too close. So I'll see them more at a distance, or they won't show me what they look like at all, which I appreciate. which I appreciate, because if it's something so vastly different than what I'm accustomed to seeing, I kind of appreciate that. What we don't know is a lot. I can't even say really that I feel that I know even. What percentage do you think that I know about what is transpiring on the other side? Agnes says, about that much. Under 1%. Yeah, I was going to say, I know about 1%, but she's saying under 1%. Okay, so there's just so much going on that I get a little bit with each reading, and I give as much as I'm getting. The color, the shape, the textures, the messages. Agnes is saying that the information that's shared with me is what is necessary and nothing exceeding that. My human brain would not be able to take in. They don't want me to take in more information than what is necessary, because my human self, my human brain wouldn't be able to cope with that. She's showing me like, she wouldn't want to put me in a position where I was mentally, set back, basically. I'm trying to say it in a nice way, if you can imagine. Okay. Mm-hmm. Great question, Mary. What's the answer to that question? Okay, so how has mediumship changed my life? In every single way. In ways I hadn't even imagined. And there's no description. It's beyond. 1,000%. 100,000%. Okay. Are you being talked? Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. I'm skipping over that one. Do you share guidance with people like some mediums on TV? I will if spirit pushes me. So if spirit pushes me, I'm on it. And it might take about 20, 30 minutes for me to cave. But then I do it. And I trust that this person needs it, and that spirit knows that they're not going to have a total meltdown in front of me, and that, even if they did, the person needs it, and I am to deliver that. So what am I really? I guess I'm a translator. Just like you see on TV, you'll see a translator translating what a person's saying off to the side. So I am a translator of the non-physical, communicating in telepathic ways. And Agnes says, and so much more than that. Okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Judy, I just talked about that. So when this is wrapping up, go back to the beginning, because that's actually what I talk about. But you guys know me. One of the things the angels have shown me, and is one of my mottos, is other people's opinions of me is none of my business. It's coming through their filter and their belief systems, their thought patterns, their vibrational frequency. So unless it really resonates with me from a friendship or a family member and it's really highlighted, or I'm hearing it from my team, I just go, well, that's their opinion. Yeah. I'm a conduit. That's right. We're all conduits, by the way. P.S. Okay. Number 9. Does anything affect how you communicate with spirit? You bet it does. Although as you get going and you get more practice in, it just comes to a point where you're communicating regardless of what is happening in your life. But some of the ways that can affect you in communicating with the other side are, if you're eating a lot of sugar and a lot of caffeine, that can get your adrenal glands pumping, and then your mind's racing. And so how do you quiet your mind down long enough? How do you create that stillness in order to hear spirit? You just can't. It's very hard. You're super ungrounded. And some of us really love our energy to be outside of our body rather than in our body. So we're very ungrounded. So sometimes, depending on what starseed you've originated from, so say for example, you've incarnated as a blue avian. I've met quite a few blue avians that are having a really hard time. They brought that energy here, and it's very hard for them to ground into these vessels, depending on where you've incarnated. If you want to say incarnated, I say having experiences in other bodies. So the other thing that will hinder you communicating with spirit is if you are in a bad mood, your vibrational frequency has dropped, so you are focusing on the lower vibrational aspects of your reality. If you've got the news on, you're fixated on all the heaviness in the world all the time. That's not good for your physical body. That's not good for your energy, and it certainly isn't good to. It's not good because it's not going to be as easy to communicate with spirit. So if your mind is racing or your frequency drops, it's going to be difficult to communicate with spirit. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that if you're having a hard time in that moment, those are the two questions that you'll ask yourself. Okay? So the beings that come to me are very high vibrational. And if I'm way low down here and, maybe I'm grieving or mourning, maybe I just wait until I've rested and slept and feel better, and then I can try to communicate with them, and it's a lot better. The youngest person that can take my courses, I'm capping it at 18 years of age. Now, I have been requested if somebody can bring a child, as long as the parent is right there with them. And I don't have that happen too often. But if you want to practice with angel cards and, keep it very high vibrational and light, and I'll be watching the entire time, you can bring your children on camera with you, Sheena, and practice in the course. Absolutely. And I have had that in the past. But somebody that's signing up, I'd like to have 18 years of age or older. Yeah. Yeah. And, now I'm not gonna put that in stone, because if you come to me and say you're 17 and you're asking to join the course, then I'm going to tune in with spirit and get their feedback on it and see if that is what is best. Okay? Bring your eldest on. I think it'd be great fun. I think the little boy that came on camera with his mom once was 7 or 8. Yeah, maybe 5 is a bit young. You'll know. Oh, Anya, you're always late. What's going on? You're cracking me up. So you guys, how has mediumship changed your life? I want to see you type in the comments. How has it changed your life? Sheena, Anya, Amanda, Jill, Yael. I think I'm saying your name wrong. So type in the comments. I want to see it. Like, what are some of the top three things that have changed in your life since you've learned mediumship? Because you guys have taken enough of my courses now. You guys are mediums now. We're all mediums. But now you're like really open and channeling all the time. 100% for the better. Only way is up. Yes, Sheena, I totally agree. Totally agree. Now, who should take these mediumship courses if you're drawn to them? If you're not drawn to them and it's flat energetically, it's like, don't come. Don't come to the courses. It's just not the right time. So just wait. But if it's popping into your head and you're thinking about it and the angels are having you watch me and you're thinking about it, then come. Okay? Okay. Yes, and Sheena says that she doesn't take life too seriously now. It's more enjoyable. And she feels that this should be taught in schools. I totally agree with you. 100%. 100%. You know what? If you don't want to get on camera in front of others, you don't have to. Okay? You don't have to come on camera. You can practice in the comments while I'm on camera practicing with other students. You can practice through Messenger with other students. But it's so much fun on camera. Like in the beginning, you're like, oh God, no. But then you realize it's not, it's fun. It's totally fun. So you can practice with other students and laugh and have fun with the cards. Yes, Patty's saying that mediumship has changed her by way of always being conscious of her thoughts and how she's feeling. So her thoughts coming in, her thought forms, and being the observer of her thoughts and what she wants to be having more thoughts of, or also how she's feeling. So if something sinks her frequency in that moment, what is she going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Right? You can ignore it, or you can come to my courses and learn what to do about it. It was so amazing. I found my tribe. So high vibrational. Totally agree. And you're going to come live in the next one, and I can't wait. And you and I are going to go live on the 26th of July in the group here. Yeah. And Lisa says it has totally changed her life 100%. And Anya's saying, I love this course and the amount of support you get from all of the people. It is insane. I felt so crazy before. Yes. And when you are really ungrounded in life, it's hard, isn't it, Anya? It's friggin' hard. Life is hard. Everything seems hard. And when you learn the tools to shift that, oh, life just becomes golden. Golden. And she says, now I see there are crazy people like me all over the world. And I would just say, maybe not crazy, but a little ungrounded, unsure, not sure what the heck you're doing here because you're from somewhere else. And so you feel more comfortable being in your human vessel, and you feel more comfortable being here on Earth. And that's the beautiful thing about the Starseed Origins course coming up with Ashley from the 1st to the 7th, is that that course will also help you feel more comfortable, and why are you here, and who's with you, and why did you sign up to even come here. You feel more comfortable in your vessel being here, because many of us do not. I am not one of those people that looks up at the stars and wishes that I was somewhere else, and what am I doing here? Here, take my money, UFO, come and take me. I'm not one of those people. I see a lot of jokes cracked online about people like, take my money, just take me. But I will help you, and Ashley will help you, and the other students will help you feel more comfortable here on Earth, okay? And more comfortable in your vessel, so you can walk this path and not be like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. Yeah. Sun says she's more relaxed, more positive, and loving life. Impacts the whole family. A lot of people have asked her what has changed. And I remember Marie also saying the same thing. Her family members were saying, what's up with you? Like, you're totally different. And she said, I took a mediumship course. I love it. Yes. Sweet, Mary. That would be great. And you know, again, I say people who are drawn to taking the course come. But like there are others who have been channeling for a while now. They are totally open, and they come and take my course, and they learn things that I guarantee you probably have not thought of before. Only because I'm learning it from them, I'm assuming that maybe you haven't. Christine says, yes, found great friends. I'm more peaceful and more happy. And you can't put a price on that, can you, Christine? You just can't put a price on that. It's eternal. It is wonderful. And yes, yep, you and me, 26. Yeah. And Sheena says, you realize that love is all around you in different forms. And Patty's saying, life is easy now. I see things differently. Yeah, I know. And yeah, I love it though. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. The Pleiadians are the ones that usually gravitate to coming to me for readings the most. people that have incarnated as a Pleiadian or had Pleiadian energy. And it's the number one energy that I see here on Earth the most. Second would be Arcturians. That's after over 1,000 readings. That's what I notice the most. And then many of us have a combination of being in different vessels. So it may not just be one or the other. I predominantly have a large amount of lifetimes. I think I'm around 700, 750 in Pleiadian lifetimes. So I feel like I brought that energy with me. And that's probably why I'm so, and so that's why my guardian angel is more stoic and centered and grounded, because I need her to be. Yep. Thank you, Agnes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Isn't that great, Marie? Like, Mary, you should, it's kind of cool. If you feel guided to me to have a reading, I could probably delve in a little bit more. But again, only if you feel guided. If it's kind of like, oh, you don't really need to. You can if you want, but you don't really need to, then just hang back and wait. Yeah. Patty says, one of the best things with the Course is no judgment from others, from anyone else. It's just loving support. 100%. There is 0% of that. Anything other than that, there's just none of that opposite. So it's only loving support. And I am watching. I always say, I'm eagle eyes in the Course. You need me, I'm there. You need me, I'm available. You need help with going live in the Course, I'm there. And I like to think that all of you guys feel that way too. Because, I don't want you to just go, well, what's happening? Kristin's not around. Kristin's always there. This is the last question. Thank you, Ashley. So important, Louise. So important. You bet. Oh, I love it, Barbara. Love it. Thank you. She's saying, Kristin gives amazing readings. Had one last fall. I've always said to the angels, give me the information clearly, accurately, and what will help the other person. Let's go. Let's go. And I just charge forward in a very high vibrational, loving way. I'm very light filled. So don't feel like worried or nervous to come and have a reading with me. It's so not like that. Everybody's like, I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. And I chuckle and I'm like, it's all good, because I don't really see myself like that. But I'm, it touches my heart, because I know they're all shy and nervous, What is one thing you would want everyone to know about mediumship? Okay, so the one thing is, if you feel drawn towards it, move in that direction. There's a reason why you're being drawn in that direction. Not everybody's going to be ready for it or want it or open to it, and that's okay too. So allow those people that are not open to it, just allow them to be as they choose. Don't push them or buck the current with them, okay? The angels wouldn't want you to do that. They constantly, you should have heard in the beginning when I first started giving readings, they go, Kristin, this is an angel reading, not a Kristin reading. Because the indigo side of me wanted to give my opinion all the time during the readings. So, just allow others to be as they choose. Unless you feel strongly guided to step up to the plate with someone, as I call it, and voice yourself, do so. Don't hang back. Don't just stuff your feelings down, okay? I'm big on communication. I don't just sit there quiet. If I feel like I need to say something, I do say it. I'll watch how I say it. But with mediumship, it has changed my life in monumental ways, and I look forward to changing and helping to change other people's lives in the future. But if somebody's not ready for it, allow them to be as they choose. But that doesn't mean that I can't talk about it or enjoy discussing experiences about mediumship out loud. I'm not going to put a sock in it. I'm not going to stop talking about it. And I want to amplify this so that so many others on planet Earth are knowing that this exists, and that if they want to step forward and move in this direction, that I'm available to help you. So I love mediumship, and I talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but if somebody isn't open to it or ready for it, don't push them. Just allow them to be as they choose. Any last words from you, Agnes? Okay, nothing? Okay, so when I look at her, she's hitting me with energy all over in my face. And so I hear and I see, no, no, no. And then I'm like, anything? And then visually she's showing me her doing this. No, no. Okay. Oh, Anya, you are so sweet. She says, this was really one of the best decisions ever to join this course. I enjoyed all 3 of them. She went 3 times. And you can really start, it's amazing when you start to expand your gifts. Absolutely well said, Mary. Sometimes you're the seed, sometimes you're the water that soaks the roots, and sometimes you're simply the sunshine that oversees it all. Well said. Beautiful, beautiful message. Okay. Oh, good, Lisa. Get ready for it. I'm sure you heard from the others. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'll take like 5 to 10. If you want to pop them up in the comments area, I will take them right now. It's in your hands as to what you want to ask, okay? Yeah. Lisa, I think you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. It's completely different, new information, and it's a faster, quicker pace. And yeah, everybody was like, oh my gosh, Kristin's going right out the gate and she's not holding back at all. So it's a little faster paced. For somebody that's new to mediumship or new to the courses, I move slower with them. I don't move quickly with somebody that's new. Unless your abilities are already open, then I'll move a little bit quicker with you. But again, I tap in and I tune in with your team of guardian angels, and then your guardian angels, the 2 of them, and the rest of your team of angels, and I see what their guidance is. So if you'd like more information, all you would do is go to KristinDaviesMedium.com, and I'll put that in the comments in the description below this video. So KristinDaviesMedium.com. And it's all there. There's a little promo video right on the front screen. You click on services and you can look up all the different courses coming. If you want to look at reviews, you click on testimonials, and there's testimonials of students that have taken the course previously and other people who have had readings with me. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. And he's like, you're going to enjoy this one a lot, telling Lisa. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. There's going to be no time for you to overthink things or have stage fright, because it's just going to be in the flow, enjoying the moment, expanding and growing. But I'll take you slowly, okay? I don't want to push people or make them do things that they're not comfortable with. But at the same time, I want you guys to open and expand and grow. Okay, so Sherry's asking, well, first of all, Sherry, I think the most important thing is there anything blocking Sherry? They go, it's all up in here, Sherry. It's all up in here. Your angels are saying, this is but a seeming reality. Please see it as such. Do not get tied into or drawn towards the lower vibrational aspects in your reality. Do not allow others to sink your vibrational frequency, whether it be what you see on the TV or videos or reading material or words said to you by others, or even your own thoughts, your own thought patterns. If you wish for us to step forward and assist you, we will do so. They're using the word overhaul That's pretty full throttle, isn't it? Overhaul? Do you want to explain that? Big shift, big shifts to come. If you are asking for it, if you are asking and you are making this request, then we will step forward and assist you. So they're saying that sometimes some of us, we want help and we're asking for it, but we're still set in our ways. We're still kind of rigid in a certain way of thinking or believing things or focusing on things in our lives. So even if you're not 100% ready, if you're asking, they're still going to step forward and move mountains with you. Step out of your own way and allow us to assist you to do so. They're also talking about when you come into the course October 15th in the Mediumship for Beginners course. There's a lot of energy that steps forward. The Ascended Masters, the Archangels, the Angels, Starseed family members. They're putting this all in my head. Source, light and love, God, however which you want to label this energy, steps forward and works on our energy, cleanses us. You may feel tired and like you need to lay down and sleep or rest, nap, more so. Do so, please. Do so. Okay, so let's get your guardian angel's name. Oh, fascinating. Okay, so we have a store here where I live, and it's called Rona. And it's actually a store that you get lumber and supplies and tools from. But so your angel put that in my head. But your angel spelling her name as R-O-A-N-A. Thumbs up, confirming that I got it correct. Second guardian angel's name is, where is he? He's right here on my back. I know he's there because I'm getting an immense amount of warmth and pressure. So he's like right here, and he's coming right through my back and my stomach, through my chakras. He's coming through my heart chakra and my solar chakra. He's showing himself with a mustache, which I'm finding kind of comical. He says his name is Barry, B-A-R-R-Y. And he's thanking me. Okay? And he's saying that you'll learn more about your spiritual team that's around you during the course. Okay? They want you to speak with them, whether it's in your mind or out loud, as often as you choose, but they'd really like you to step it up and like hand off low vibrational thoughts to them. So in every given moment, you're going to be the still observer of when a thought or an emotion sinks your frequency, and as soon as it does, you're going to, oh, that didn't feel good. And then what was I thinking about? Okay, here you go, take it. Thank you, Barry. That's your homework before the course. You handing off low vibrational thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Anything that drops your frequency. You're welcome, Mary. Yeah. Connecting with your team is food for the soul. You find you're not yourself without that connection. I agree wholeheartedly. You think I'm here all alone, and it's very sad that you're here on Earth sometimes, and you just feel kind of lost, disconnected. And bare minimum, I would like to bring us together to connect us so that we don't feel that way online, to connect each of us. Yep, Sheila, you're definitely having your angels talking in your ear, 100%. Your right ear just kind of went deaf, so all hearing goes, because when their frequency comes in, it takes out all sound. What are they trying to say? Great question. What are you trying to say to Sheila? That we love her, that she is a divine being of light and love, and she is never alone. We are right here by her side. Sheila, do you have worries and fears? There's a lot of worries. So some of your thoughts are sinking, okay? You're going off and you're having... so when I say someone, and I'm only saying this because what I'm getting is when you have a fragmented mind, you're off having a lot of different thinking going on, and you're worrying and fear, and you're reacting to what you're seeing or hearing, and so that's quite fragmented. And they're talking about part of you not fully being housed in your body, like you don't really want to be here at times. I'm sure we all have moments like this, let's be honest. But some of us have it more often, and some of us feel this way all the time. So they want you to go outdoors and ground yourself daily. So you're going to find a tree, and you're going to sit at the base of the tree, and you're going to lean your back up against the tree by yourself, have some alone time, and just relax and create a still mind if you can, okay? Or think about 10 things you want to hand off to them and ask them to transmute. You don't have to ask them to transmute. As soon as you ask them to take it, they transmute it into the light. They lift it from you. They want to lift it from you. They want to take it from you to make things easier. Go outdoors and ground yourself. That will help to bring your energy back into your vessel more. They're kind of chuckling and saying you can't escape being here on planet Earth if you... there's no escaping it, because even if you chose to escape it, you'd have to come back and repeat it. So make the best of your situation. Okay, so that's the first coming through. And then the next bit of information coming through is make the best of the situation, and then go from there and go off in enjoying it and focusing on the higher vibrational aspects of your reality rather than reacting to what is. We're going to help you with all of this. Go outdoors and ground. This will be your time with us in the stillness outdoors when you ground yourself, and we will be working with you and on you. Oh, they're laughing. They're like, we had so much to say. Yes, you did. Mm-hmm. Mm. Isn't that great, Anya? That's what happens is you have your communication open, and then you take a leap forward, and then it's like, holy moly, it's even more. And you've been doing a lot of meditations, right, Anya? So that should really open and amplify your abilities big time. Oh, isn't that great? So if you're doing a lot of like Reiki, meditating, sleeping, resting, grounding, you're just helping your abilities open and expand. Practicing with your angel cards, because they act as a bridge. They act as a bridge between you and spirit. That's what this tool is good for. It's a very high vibrational tool, and I wouldn't work with anything other than a high vibrational tool. So that's why I use them. I don't usually use them too much now in my day-to-day life, but I use them in the courses. Okay, so your feelings have been very heavy this week. Ooh, good. Good, Marielle. You know what? Scream at your angels. Do it. Do it. Good. Good. I got actually pretty PO'd at my team 3 days ago, because I'm like, I'm done with these ascension symptoms. I know I get July and August off and December, so please let me sleep. I've been going at it now for what, 8 months? Well, really, it was January until now, so I guess it's 6 months. That's right, 6 months. Now I get a break, so I have a little PO about that. You know, if you want to yell or really let them know how you feel, do it. Do it. Because they don't get upset by it. They just transmute it. You're just expressing it and sending it out, and they're just pulling it up and out of you, and then they're helping you. So whatever you get their help at the same time as them transmuting it. Ooh, and it worked. And it worked. Good, Marielle. So it worked and you feel more relieved. I love it. Yes, Mary, absolutely. I can totally hear your guides. Do you mean your spirit guides or your guardian angels? Oh, okay. Yeah, I always started out with the angels at first. I could feel my spirit guide, but I didn't really tap into hearing him for a little bit further down the road. P.S. I'll be channeling him here in the group Intuitive Angel Messages on Facebook July 18th. So I'll be on live channeling my spirit guide, Adrian. P.S. We've had a lot of Pleiadian lifetimes that were romantic together. I knew I had a romantic connection with him when he came forward. I was like, I know this person, or this being, this energy. I know this energy. I knew it was not just friends. But he's working as my spirit guide right now. He's cracking one that I'm keeping him busy on the other side. He's cracking one that I keep him busy when we're in physical form. And now he's on the other side, getting a break from me, and I'm still keeping him busy. Oh, well, you signed up for it. He says he likes to make me laugh. That's why he said what he said. He likes to make me laugh. Isn't that hilarious? Oh my God. It just takes practice on hearing your spirit guides, just like it took practice to hearing your angels. You just practice on bringing them in and feeling their energy, sensing their energy, and then moving forward from there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Lisa. Okay. Gosia. I hope I'm saying your name right. What is Gosia's guardian angel's name? The energy I get from you, Gosia, is you're pretty, what's the wording? Carefree. You take life in stride. It's good. It's really good. Whatever you're doing is good. Very good. And your guardian angel's name is? Ooh. Strong. She's really strong. Kara. Kara. And she's showing me as a person with dark skin, not white skin. Okay? She's beautiful. She's just beautiful. And she has short hair. Short hair. Okay, and your male guardian angel's name is? Daniel. Daniel. And again, he's coming through as the same, with darker skin. Isn't that cool? Relaxed, carefree, living life to the fullest. Part of what they're helping you with is to move forward in that direction more and more and more. Because that's where it's at. And they're like, you got it right. And they're just smiling warmly. Cool. Okay, so I'll just take one more question. Joanne is wondering if there are fairies with her. Yes. Yes, yes. They're outside your home, but they're also coming inside your home to work on you. So anytime that you're watching something or paying attention to something that is dropping your energy, that's low vibrational, the fairies are coming in and removing that from you. They're also doing other things in your home. They're flitting around and they're really busy. They're cleaning and clearing your home. And they're guiding you to come outdoors, to connect with the earth and ground yourself, and connect with the energies that are awaiting you out in nature. And they're just smiling at me. And you just see how busy they are. It's crazy. It's wild. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you each go. And I hope this has helped you see maybe a different perspective, and you've learned a little bit something more about me. For those of you that came in late, you might want to go back to the beginning because there was a lot of information shared. Have a wonderful week. Focus on the high vibrational aspects of your reality. And like I say, milk it. Milk it. Love you guys. Bye.